Welcome back, guys, and I want to apologize for not making a video in a while just because I got swamped by some private chefing gigs, but now I'm back. So some friends asked me to make a video on salads, so here we go. So the thing to keep in mind is that a salad is just freshness on top of freshness. The more you do to it, the worse it's going to get, and how you treat your ingredients will really affect the outcome. We'll start with the lettuce green. Lettuce green's best friend is love. Their enemy is moisture. So when storing them, add them to a big box laden with paper towels so they can stay dry and cool. So I tell this to all my cooks. Shipping containers made for shipping, storage containers made for storage. Don't store in a shipping container. If you're going to buy lettuce, buy it within these plastic containers. They maintain quality the best. Do not buy it when it's in these bags, unless you see them put it on the shelf. Mainly because lettuce gets pushed to the bottom of the bag and it starts spoiling the bottom of the lettuce, which then creates this sulfur smell that goes to all the other lettuce. And even after washing it, it makes the good lettuce smell like bad lettuce. So all you're left with is garbage. So now when you want a salad, grab a handful from your container and wash it in a salad spinner. Make sure it's nice and dry. So in making a good salad, you have to have these 5 components. Something sweet, something sour, something salty, something fatty in terms of oil, and something bitter in terms of grains. And how you have fun with it is you remove an item and replace it with an ingredient with the same characteristics. So in this case, we remove the sugar and replace it with candied pecans. But you can do that with any ingredient here, like remove the arugula for iceberg lettuce. I don't know why, because iceberg lettuce sucks, but you get the point. Now, when making a vinaigrette, you follow the thirds rule. 2/3 oil and 1/3 vinegar. Now, oil and vinegar don't like each other, and you need something to help stabilize them. And you can do that in many ways. You can do it with mayonnaise, you can do it with mustard, you can even use an egg yolk, but my favorite is honey. And there we go, nice and thick. To dress the salad, vinaigrette in a bowl, salad on top, mix. So now we have our sour and fat component in the vinaigrette, our bitter component in the lettuce green, we add our sweet component through the candied pecans, and we replace our salty component from salt to feta, which is salty. And that's pretty much the law of salads. 5 components, different ways. And now some lettuce greens are just too tough to eat in their natural state. You gotta do something to them to break them down a little. And so with cabbage, we're gonna slice it up real thin and throw salt over the top. The salt helps break it down and makes it easier to digest. Let it sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. In the meantime, we'll make a dressing. Add some mayo, sour cream, sugar, rice wine vinegar, a little bit of sesame seed oil, and a little bit of soy sauce, and some salt. Mix it up, give it a little taste, and put it to the side. Now you can see how the salt breaks down the cabbage, which is critical. So make sure to wash all the salt off by just soaking it in a ton of water and then dry it off. Add it to your dressing, and then add some carrots for color. And so the breakdown, you have your sweet, fatty, and sour component from the sauce, your bitterness from the carrots and cabbage. I'm adding some corn, but I think edamame would probably be better. And for your salty component, we have some fried wonton wrappers. And just going with the Asian theme, some jasmine flowers on top. And voila, Asian-influenced coleslaw. So now let's talk about kale. Kale. If people ate as much kale as they said they did, they would all be rabbits. I don't believe anyone who can say they can eat a whole salad of just kale and not have problems later. So this is what I do with kale. I remove it from the stem, and then I put it in a bowl and put lemon juice over the top. This slowly breaks it down, but yet still maintains all the vitamins that are still in the kale. And then let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then after, pull it out and slice it real thin. And then make a vinaigrette, and then add some sort of grain to it. Here I'm doing quinoa, but get creative, use something cool. Mix it up with the kale, so it's about half kale, half grain. And I like to serve it with some strawberries, feta, and some more of those candied pecans. And there we go, Pat Entree's kale salad. And again, guys, I wanted to apologize for not making a video in a while. There'll definitely be some changes coming here shortly, but good changes, and I'll let you know what that entails. And regarding the pan giveaway, I'm going to announce the winner on my Instagram, and I'm getting some new cool stuff that I'm also going to be giving away, so look forward in the future to some good giveaways. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys, and if you liked this episode, please subscribe. As always, keep cooking.